Do what?
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Ooh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Just Talk About. I'm your host, Tony Lopez, and alongside me is my co-host, Jeff Burtis, and the host of the HAMMERTIME Podcast, Chris Rios. What's up, boys?
What is up, Tony and Jeff? How you fellas doing?
Man, I'm good. I am good. Jeff, how you feeling right now?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm a bit appalled I even gave you that with that little...
Hey, man, look. Whoa, hey, give us this, man. Look, as Cowboys fans, right now is our favorite time because we're actually doing something in the playoffs. We're not depressed. We're not sad. We're not like any other team that didn't make the playoffs this year. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. But listen, we're here. The first week of the playoffs was absolutely awesome. It was awesome to watch. It was awesome to listen to. Man, guys, what are y'all takes? Like, at least let's start with Saturday. And like, I want to start with the late game on Saturday because that was the most exciting game of the weekend to me.
We already have a person watching, Tony.
What up, Johnny? Hey. So I hope we beat the Niners, though. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Jags Chargers, like, how do they fumble the bag like that? How do they fumble the bag that hard?
Ineptitude coaching, plain and simple with that. You're telling me when you're +5 on the turnover differential and you still find a way to lose, that's just unacceptable. That comes down to bad coaching, bad game plan, and just keeping your foot off the gas. Plain and simple as that.
I think it's hard, Tony, to attribute it to anything but coaching, like Jeff was saying. I mean, for the simple facts that were laid out, right? 5-0 turnover margin, right? I mean, and then that's not even mentioning their age difference. I mean, my goodness, Doug Peterson may not necessarily be my favorite NFL coach, but to call him anything less than savvy or a veteran would be an understatement. The guy's won the Super Bowl. The guy's been around for a long time. The guy's had success at all levels with all different types of teams. Mm-hmm. And the Jaguars clearly are a different team whenever their coach is not out hitting on tail at the bar. So, props to the Jaguars for making that. That takes a lot. Props to them for sticking to Trevor Lawrence. I mean, it felt like he was just it felt like he was stringing. Like, I mean, my God. I mean, he went 3 straight drives, 3 and out, and that was after the turnover. He stuck well in the entire time. You have to think Benjamin was being whispered into his ear for a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's kind of an easy decision to leave him in there. I mean, you're leaving in a number 1 overall draft pick. It's not that fucking hard to kind of stick with the plan. And it happened to work out for him. And he cashed in on Brandon Staley's absolute fucking botchery of a coaching job. Brandon Staley's a good guy. But at the end of the day, it's a quarterback coaching defense. Make it make sense. So
it doesn't make sense, honestly. Doug Peterson, with his experience, being around the NFL for forever. And also having the knowledge of, one, yes, he was a Super Bowl winning coach. He has coached some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. The Jaguars did actually go out and spend money this offseason to get the pieces necessary to actually make that push. And we all were clowning him because it was like we felt like they were overpaying for some of these pieces. But in the end of the day, with the right coaching, you can do anything.
Tony, and I don't really mind. At the end of the day, it's goofy, but you got to spend the salary cap, right?
Yeah.
You can't not use it. And at the end of the day, I think they bought more than just the typical fan will try and equate dollars spent to wins, attribute, right? Mm-hmm. And that's not necessarily all they got with these. I mean, yeah, sure, they overpaid Christian Kirk. Yeah, sure, they might have overpaid Jones,
Evan Ingram, and all that,
right?
Yeah,
etc. Now, if you're judging off of, hey, well, I mean, they spent all this money. It's not like they're going to win a Super Bowl. Well, I mean, you're completely misinterpreting the intentions here.
Yeah,
at a bare minimum, what they get out of spending that money is finding out whether or not Trevor Lawrence is a guy or not. I mean, look at Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had to go 4 years before, still no weapons, before you can kind of figure out, hey, maybe this guy can hang it here. Trevor Lawrence, at a bare minimum, you have to do him the justice of giving someone to throw the ball to. This, at least now, they know for a fact unlike the Jets, perhaps, in the exact opposite situation.
Yeah,
at least
exactly.
now they have a guy. They may not have given him the weapons he'll have forever. Obviously, they'll need to draft somebody to do that. But they sort of expedited the process and said, hey, you know what? This kid is capable of being on the right track early. And, at this point, we're going to stay the course. At this point, it'd be hard for them to ever bench him, even if he ever did bad. But they got that out of this. They got that, and they now know they have a guy, and he's got a playoff win. I mean, you can fucking build off of that for years. Even if they miss the playoffs the next 2 years, they know they have their guy.
Exactly. Right coaches work wonders. Look at Joe Lombardi and the Chargers. They could have won the game if they kept putting up points, but they didn't. They took their foot off the pedal.
They like I said, they took their foot off the gas, and literally, it's inexcusable that Austin Eckler only had like 16, barely 16 carries in the second half. That is flat out inexcusable when you're up that big.
Well, it's not even so much the carries as Austin Eckler not being able to be a part of the offense because he is multifaceted in that offense. He's one of the best receiving backs in the NFL and running back, just period, really good. I mean, he's mixed for a reason. He runs like a white boy, but come on.
Man, Herbert is a whole nother can of worms, man, because Herbert is another quarterback in the exact opposite scenario I just laid out for Lawrence. Because, in my opinion, I think that Chargers offense is trash. I think Keenan Allen's not that very good at football. Mike Williams ain't even that good at football. They have really nobody there to really, give Herbert a chance. Like, look, the fucking Jaguars went out there and blew $100 million plus on toys for Lawrence. Why wouldn't they do that for Herbert? I mean, they did it for the defense, cool. But, I mean, God, I'm sure if you ask the Chargers right now, they would say that Herbert is better than Lawrence. So why the fuck would you not give him the same type of treatment at a bare minimum?
That's a good point. I do think Trevor Lawrence is not as good of a quarterback as Justin Herbert, but he just doesn't have the weapons around him. I do agree with that. Now,
we got to, as an Oregon Duck fan, don't give disrespect to my boy Herbie.
Well, I understand. Yeah, look, Bill's Mafia. Look, I understand.
Cool. He's not all that. He's not this wonder boy everybody makes him out to be, but he is a good NFL quarterback.
He's a good NFL quarterback. Like if you want to have a team that's like built around Herbert, then maybe. But the Chargers are not built around Herbert. There's a team with weapons, but they don't all fit where it needs to go.
Another inexcusable thing is the fact that Mike Williams was hurt and didn't play this game, but he played in a game where you had no business playing all your starters and playing to win that game. There was no point whatsoever, and he got hurt because of that. So.
And I'm sure that went in, and I'm sure that's going into the decision right now to ultimately fire Brandon Staley. I would be very surprised. I mean, he's already been fired, correct?
No, the offensive coordinator has.
Joe Lombardi did.
I mean, if they don't fire Brandon Staley, man, holy shit! I mean, I know it's only his second year, but man, you have her don't waste Herbert's free years. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And apparently, the biggest rumor right now is that Sean Payton's number one destination that he wants to go to is Los Angeles, is with the Chargers. So if they do fire Brandon Staley, I would believe this. Sean Payton might end up being the next head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers.
This is what Chargers fans want to say to Brandon Staley.
You're fired.
What? It's very true.
That is exactly what they wanted to say. And Chris, is literally, you would tell him right to his face if you had the authority. You'd be like, you know what? Get out. Dude, I
don't give a fuck. I mean, you're wasting time and space. Get out of my office.
Exactly. Now, real quick, let's talk about the Niners Seahawks matchup that happened before that.
Stop! He's already dead.
It was, but here's the thing: it was competitive in the first half. It was competitive in the first. If you watch that game closely, first half very close.
Dude, when Gino threw that dime to DK, everyone was like, "Holy shit!"
What are we looking at right here? What are we looking at here?
Are we watching a football game?
Exactly. We were all thinking the same thing. But yeah, man, at the end of the day,
they went into overdrive and steamrolled.
Just second half was a different animal.
That team is overbearing, dude, on both sides of the football.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that they're over here using a third-string quarterback, Brock Purdy, and he just stepped in, he's running the offense better than anybody else could. Oh, my gosh.
Right. Hey, man, let me put it out there now, Tony, because I have a lot to actually say about the Niners in general as it relates to the Cowboys. I don't know if you want to go in order or not, but anyways, Brock Purdy, 2022 season, okay? Mm-hmm. He is basically Dak Prescott right now.
Oh, my God.
I mean, dude, the team is fucking loaded. The team is ready to win. He's a fucking nobody. Basically was a loser a couple of months ago. And now he's playing for a Hallmark franchise trying to do something that's never been done before, which is be a rookie to make it to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So, man, am I saying Brock Purdy is as good as Dak Prescott? Fuck no. Could he be one day? Maybe. That kid's got some fucking moxie, man. That kid's got talent. I mean, he's elusive in the pocket. And, oh, my God, it didn't count. Brandon Ayuk dropped the pass, but that would have been Sports Center top 10, and it wouldn't have been 2 through 10.
I saw that pass. That was insane. I remember that play.
About, where he goes clear, and then like Kittle has to be like, dude, chill the fuck out. If you get hurt out there, we are fucking screwed.
We don't have anybody else, okay? Chill out.
Yeah, but man, that kid is talented. He gets the ball out quick. Now, granted, he's throwing to guys that are like that are so open that you could put him in the middle of a fucking helicopter pad. But
then he has two of the best weapons in the NFL with Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel out there.
You're also forgetting one of the best tight ends, if he can stay healthy, George Kittle.
And guess what? This season he's been healthy. He has been healthy the entirety of the season. This is the first season in years that George Kittle has been out there and healthy. What actually helped even more is that defense. That defense is extremely healthy, and they're all getting healthy right at the same time. So,
well, Tony, what I was going to ask you, actually, I mean, just going back to the whole Dak Prescott comparison, is, do you see anything to think that the result is going to be different? I mean, is Brock Purdy this? I mean, what do you see that is so like what could potentially be seen to make him so special that he won't have the same outcome every other rookie quarterback ever has, which is coming short of the Super Bowl? What makes him quote unquote better than Dak Prescott?
I don't think he's better than Prescott. On any level. I don't think he is. My thing is what puts him over the top right now, and this is why I am saying the Niners will beat the Cowboys. As a Cowboys fan, I think the Cowboys will lose against the Niners this week. It's just because of the talent surrounding Purdy.
Can a team really be that good though? Because think about what you're saying. Think about what it would imply. Let's say Brock Purdy makes it to the Super Bowl. God forbid wins it. Mm-hmm. We would you'd be looking at the devaluation of the quarterback position in the NFL.
I genuinely think that's
a scary conversation.
Yeah, it really is, because you can build a team and you don't necessarily need to have an ace quarterback. You don't.
Apparently not.
Chris Bills Mafia says Brock Purdy is the future face and best quarterback in the NFC West. Eddie, hot take: Niners are the best team all around in the NFC.
Okay,
that second one is a fact. That second one is a fact. The first one would be a hot take because, at that point, actively, obviously Matt Stafford didn't fucking die, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like on his team, for sure. Jimmy Garoppolo's probably done.
Jimmy G's gone. Jimmy G's gone, and I don't know how Trey Lance gets that job back.
Trey Lance Lance's ceiling is Justin Fields.
Yeah,
that's fucking sad to say.
Here's the thing: the Brock Purdy situation. Here's what I can compare it to. Say like a longtime backup coming in and taking over, like a Trent Dilfer or a Nick Folk. Nick Foles. My apologies. He's a Austin quarterback. I don't really care. But look, it's like one of those guys taking over late in the season and actually being able to take that team to the promised land just because you have a great squad around him, and all you have to do is game manage properly.
Don't be a liability. Don't be the only. Here's my thing. The Cowboys have a shot if they could if Brock Purdy throws turnovers. Literally, Brock Purdy cannot be the reason why they lose that game. If he doesn't turn the football over, at least even once. 49ers, I just don't see it.
You know what? Since we're talking about this, we're talking about the matchup for next week. Let's go ahead and talk about the Monday night matchup that happened between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
One quick for Bills Mafia. Rams are washed up except for Cooper Kupp, and Seahawks only have DK Metcalf and K9. And the Cardinals, do we really trust them to compete with the Niners in the next couple of years? Absolutely not.
Actually, yeah, I kind of.
I mean, the Cardinals are a train wreck. I mean,
Kenneth Walker is amazing, though. Kenneth Walker.
Well, Tony, if we're talking about the Cowboys, I know I'm sure you're going to have something to say. Let me just get a couple bullet points that I feel like need to at least be spoken about at some point.
Go ahead.
Okay. Dak Prescott balled his fucking ass off. I mean, no matter what you want to chop it up, he played his fucking ass off. He played arguably one of the best, maybe top 3, in my opinion. Some people are saying best ever game of his career. Okay. Mm-hmm. 2, stats don't mean shit. You know, the media can chop up anything however they want it to. It just alludes to just how much people love talking about the Cowboys. It's funny, it's sad, it's pathetic. I don't see Stephen A. anywhere to be found on this particular issue. Now, the last thing I'll say is wow, the Bucs were always that bad. Mm-hmm. How bad the Bucs are and were on Monday night should show you just how badly the media is actively against the Dallas Cowboys. Everything from the NFL scheduling 2 days out to the team not even having a chance against us. The spread, Vegas, the NFL, everyone. The Cowboys are playing uphill. They're not playing 11 men on defense, 11 men on offense. They're playing thousands of others that are having a direct impact on the game. And despite that, the Cowboys slapped their fucking balls on Brady's chin and drug him across his face. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to go to San Francisco, and I believe the game's going to be closer than people are going to think it out to be. It's a 4-point spread.
I agree. Like, think about it. Going into the Monday night game, going into the Monday night game, it was a 2.5 point spread, right? They thought
it started off at 3, and then it moved to 2.5, which means that people were putting money on Tampa.
Yeah, of course they were, because they were like, "Oh, it's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady."
Like, the only reason why I said this is the only prediction I got wrong. I did not expect Dak to ball his ass off like that. That's one. And then playoff Brady. I've always been taught never bet against Tom Brady. But watching that game with Tony and them, you see the age. You see how he's getting old. He's scared of taking hits in the pocket. It's kind of literally like when you know it's time, it is time for a quarterback to retire. That game was it.
I won't say he was scared of taking hits. I think he's always been very cautious about taking hits. At least.
He's always been good about taking hits. I mean, he rarely gets sacked. If anything, I don't even know if it's all Brady, dude. I mean, are y'all forgetting this team just fucking sucks at football?
And they've been hurt the entire season too. So like off and on, they've been having to like go and sign different people to just fill in spots. Like right now, when they got into the playoffs, they got lucky that they got into the playoffs because of how bad the division had been all year. They got into that was like. I want to say Tom Brady's worst record as a professional quarterback.
Yes.
The thing is, without being hurt. Even when he was hurt that one season, the Patriots went 11-5 that year with Matt Castle.
Literally, dude. I mean, dude, wouldn't it have been some bullshit too, though? I'm sorry, I was saying, wouldn't it have been some bullshit if Brady, of all people, skims into the playoffs and wins one? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's what all of our biggest fears were, though.
Chris Rios, Bills Mafia say Brady is old and washed up. He should have just retired and not lost Giselle.
Yeah, he was going to.
I don't know, man. You could say that, but I think that he stayed to make it easier to get rid of her. Because I mean, what she was like, if you don't fucking it's either like you quit football, I leave. He's like, for real? Holy shit! I was gonna retire, but fuck. Now that you say that, I'm gonna go ahead and just see what Let me see what free agency has to offer.
I was gonna go watch college football. I'm not college, NFL football on Sundays instead of going to play.
I think he saw it as an opportunity to not have to point out what he actually has wrong with her. Which
we all know he as soon as he retires, we'll see him in the booth at Fox. We know this. He's still under contract with them.
Dude,
so
you think that's gonna hold up?
So from what I understand, so from what I understand, the contract is actually said if he goes back, it still doesn't start until he gets there.
Damn.
Fox is good with that money.
What the fuck?
Fox is smart. Fox is very smart.
Right? They want 20 consecutive years.
I mean, think about this. We're about to have Greg Olson calling the Super Bowl.
No. I got it. No, not Greg Olson. Just say have Brady. He ain't doing nothing. He's been knocked out of the playoffs. Come on.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Oh my God. But no, the thing is, my whole issue is it just Brady has been due to retire for years, but at the same time, he wanted to play because he knew he still had something to give. Look at the red vibe. I'm over here
as a Bills Mafia, as a diehard Bills fan, I don't want to see Tom Brady come back to the Pats or go to Vegas and end his career like the Rat Pack or Elvis Presley.
I don't think he comes back. I don't think he plays for a different team.
If Brady wanted to go back to New England, I mean, what do you think they tell him?
Come right in. Honestly,
come on in.
Honestly, God, I think they have so much respect for him that they'd be like,
"Oh, you want to
come on in?"
Like we will let you on purposely fuck up our franchise just out of pure respect. And look. Before y'all think that's a crazy ass joke, look at what they're doing in San Antonio right now. You think Greg Popovich is look? Why is he coaching there? I mean, for this same thing, right?
Good question.
Out of a courtesy job. If you do enough for a franchise, they can give you a job out of just pure courtesy. Think about it. If Popovich drafts the next LeBron James tomorrow, what the fuck do you think he's just going to sit there and let his career play out? Do you think Popovich is going to coach 20 more years? No, he's literally there holding them back, but they're cool with that because they're like, man, he did so much for us. We'll do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, what doesn't make it any easier is that he's the damn president of the team too. He has two big ass positions on the team. If he felt like retiring, he's still going to be running the team. He's going to be the Pat Riley of the San Antonio Spurs.
Bills Mafia, he should honestly go to Vegas because it would be a good thing. Vegas is in the middle. No, they're not. What offensive line does the Raiders have? And what defense? Yes, they have Devontae Adams over there, but literally Brady's going to be getting bullied by that second and that offensive line. That offensive line is garbage.
I just don't want to see Brady play another snap of football after this year. I really don't.
I would love to think the Cowboys were the last thing that broke the camel's back.
God.
The Cowboys be the reason that Tom Brady retired. Think about that real
hysterical. Quick. Look, if he retires, that's how you fucking know 100% confirmed that the only reason he kept playing football this year was to tell his bitch bye. Because that means he was straight up willing to be like, okay, thank God she's gone now. Now I can retire.
But what if that's also a sign for the Cowboys? What if that's a sign?
I'm gonna play it again.
I can't see it being a bad omen.
Hell of a job. And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
I'm entertaining Bills Mafia. I'm entertaining my Cowboy fans, my respectful Cowboys fans.
And you'll see all three of us in one place on Super Bowl Sunday as well.
Yeah, we'll see y'all in the Super Bowl, dude.
Yeah, Bills Mafia, Adams, Hunter, Renfro, Derek Waller, Josh Jacobs. That's a pretty good offense, but still, my problem is offensive line.
It's the Raiders we're talking about. Who
cares? The Raiders. They'll find some way to mess it up.
I mean, the Raiders, dude. See, because Brady would have to make it worth it. It'd have to be a team ready to win right now, and I don't know if a team ready to win right now.
And Bills Mafia, let's be
the only team that could accept Brady. Literally, the only team that I think could take Brady where it wouldn't be just plain stupid would be the Niners.
Because it's home.
It's home. It made sense.
He could go home, and the team's already ready. The team doesn't even fucking – I mean, dude, my God. Imagine if Brady was the QB of the 49ers right now, regardless of him playing bad. Look how open these guys are. They got a rookie in there doing it. Iowa State? What the fuck? I'm a Big 12 football fan, and I've never heard of this man.
Yeah, but the Bills Bills Bosses with his prediction. Bills Niners in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I could see it.
I mean,
But literally, Raiders. Even if Brady went to the Raiders, you really think he's gonna have to face Mahomes twice, Herbert twice? I'm not even counting the Broncos.
why are we talking so much about the Raiders? Huh?
No.
Why are we talking so much about the Raiders? We need to get back on track.
Yeah, fuck the Raiders, dude.
Fuck the Raiders.
I got time for that.
You know what we need to talk about? You know what we need to talk about?
Dan Deerdorf here, welcoming you to this great football matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. We're all set for kickoff and... Oh, and Dan, it looks like Japanese people are now rushing onto the field. This is not the kind of thing you want happening during kickoff.
Fuck you, Dolphins!
Fuck you, Dolphins.
Yes, the Bills Mafia. This is your segment. We're going to be talking about the Buffalo Bills and Dolphins game.
Can we just jump right? Can we just jump? I mean, right to it. I mean, look, it was a weird game.
It was fucking weird.
The real question is this, and I'm sure he wants to know too. Are we worried?
No.
Bills fans worry?
No.
After the whole thing with Damar Hamlin, I think my team could win the Super Bowl. I think we are destined to win it.
I think
fair.
They are one of those teams that like they do have so much like momentum and like so much stuff on their shoulders that can like carry them to the Super Bowl. But that second quarter at the end, that 2 minutes, I'm like, why did that take so fucking long?
As a Bills fan, F you, Dolphins. We are not worried, but our defense needs to lock up.
Your defense needs to stay healthy. That's the real thing. But the thing, like, look, I have never seen a 2 minute sequence like that in a playoff game in a long time. Like, it literally took 15, 20 minutes to get through the 2 minute warning, like the 2 minute period in the first half. What the fuck?
It did. I mean, they scored at one point, like 17 points in 2 minutes?
Yeah, it was insane.
After that strip fumble touchdown, I thought I was like, oh, shit.
Mike McDaniel on his vape pen couldn't even call a play to end the game.
See, that was kind of head ass. I don't know if it's his fault. He said that supposedly one of his assistant coaches told him that it was a first down, and he was going off of that.
Wow.
But hey, man, real question here: what would the ramifications have been if the Bills lost to no quarterback at home? With Hamlin, with being Super Bowl favorites going into the season, would it have been the biggest choke have you ever seen in your life? I think
absolutely. I think it absolutely would have.
To lose it to a third string quarterback when the Dolphins don't even have Tua. Yeah, that would have been a major statement.
No, I do think that Mike McDaniel saved his job with the effort in that game. I do think that. But at the same time, he has one more shot. Because
I think he had a pretty good fucking season given everything that they did.
I do too, but the thing is with the whole state of the Miami Dolphins front office and how they're super win now, like what are they supposed to do?
I would have Bills Mafia would have gone to a whole depression state. He would have been emotionally damaged, broken, you name it.
Emotional damage.
Note to self, that's another clip I gotta get.
But let's talk about like, okay, we got the Bills going into next week against the Cincinnati Bengals after they beat the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
kind of in a very embarrassing way.
Let's be honest, had the Ravens had Lamar Jackson and a competent game management, clock management in that fourth quarter, they would have won that game.
Also, to any of those fucking commentators on ESPN, Fox, and anybody who said, "Oh, just put a knee brace on and get on the field," are you fucking serious?
No, dude. And props to RG3 for standing up to him this week in the media.
RG3 was first person to say the last person to do that shit was me, and look what happened.
Literally.
And here's the best thing: Lamar Jackson has still not gotten paid on his contract. So literally, why would you risk it? Give me my money and then I'll play.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like some like, hey, I'm going to declare for the NFL draft type shit.
Or free agent,
I'm not going to play in this bowl game because it could ruin my draft stock.
Dude, Lamar is probably the most interesting free agent going into next offseason for a million different reasons. But man, dude, I don't know what, dude. I mean, dude, think about it.
All right,
dude. Look. You don't want to imagine this one, but imagine like Lamar with the Niners. Or like,
all right. Now, Rios, let me talk to you real quick. Let me talk to you. I have a top three. I have a top three destinations on where Lamar Jackson will go. Now, this is going to be off the wall, but number one, I've been throwing this at Jeff all season, is New Orleans Saints.
You what?
Yep.
Now, number two, it's the Washington Commanders. Imagine Lamar Jackson being in control of that team. Oh my God, it'd be wild. I would hate it. I would hate to see him 2 times a year. I don't want to see that man 2 times a year any year.
They're okay. And then what's your other one?
My third option is the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
I don't see him going to Miami because I think they stick with Tua. I really do.
What reason? Why would you?
I mean, honestly, the other guy in South Florida, Tyreek, that's a great receiver to throw to, period.
Tyreek's got pure speed, but I realize his route running is not that great.
But who cares about when with him? He improvises to the best of his ability because if you're not going to throw it on target, he will get there still somehow. Like no matter what, no matter who's throwing him the ball.
I watched a live stream about analyzing the draft prospect from USC, and they brought up a very good question. Would you rather have a wide receiver who's great with 2 routes, or a receiver that knows all the routes but can't do them that well? Which would you rather have? Somebody
that runs hard, dude. So, I mean, I'd rather you run hard in the wrong direction than soft in the right direction.
So would you take the 2-route person who's mastered 2 routes and can just execute them perfectly?
Yeah, hell yeah. And they can do 1 route. You know, some people make a living off of that. But hey, by the way, on the Lamar thing, really quick, it may not be one of the teams I want him to go to the Jets, but realistic locations, the entire NFC South.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The entire division could use Lamar. Every one of those teams.
Brady retires. They need a quarterback. Yep. Carolina just needs a quarterback in general.
Period.
Atlanta, maybe. Just because I think they might decide to stick with Desmond Ritter.
Yeah. Why not?
No, we don't bring up Atlanta.
And the Saints,
Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't
Dude, Mike Vick 2.0 would be crazy.
Don't do that to me.
Bro, Mike Vick 2.0 in Atlanta. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Dude,
how many dogs are you gonna kill down there? Oh, wait a minute.
We ain't talking about that.
Set records, all the records.
And the last one we got to talk about is those pesky New York Giants doing exactly what I thought they were going to do.
You and I both called that. The Vikings were overrated.
That is the one game I was like, as soon as I saw it wasn't a noon game, I'm like, put money on it.
Book it. Chris, I should have gotten you for freaking the line on the freaking Giants Vikings. The moment it was like 3:30, I'm like, I would have betted so much money. I knew I had no faith whatsoever on Kirk Cousins in non-noon games. I should have bet some money.
You know, it was one of the few games I stayed away from because the spread was about what I thought it should have been. And overall, I'm glad I did. I thought the Giants were going to win, but I wouldn't say necessarily I was super confident in it. I mean, we could have seen that go either way, guys. Mm-hmm. But the ramifications of this game suck, man. Like, if you're the Vikings, dude, 13 fucking wins, and then you shit one at home to the Giants, like, God.
11 of those were one-score games. Those are 50,
I mean, can you really
games.
And that's just the way the NFL goes. But like at the end of the day, you're still a team that knows how to win. You have the talent they have on offense is fucking insane. Like, I can't really, dude, Kirk Cousins called it, quote unquote, the worst loss of his career. I mean, yeah, it definitely is, and it should be. But man, dude, I don't know if there's anything he could really necessarily do better. Like he's not the one who called that play in the last part of the game. Yeah, sure,
Wait, he called that loss the worst loss of his career?
Yeah, look it up. His post game interview is fucking crazy. Like he's mad and like that boy, he's borderline crying, dude. Like he was upset, dude.
I don't have the clip.
I'm downplaying it. I'm downplaying it, dude.
I don't have it. Bills Mafia.
I'm downplaying low key, dude. Like he was fucking sad, dude. And because I think that he thinks that maybe they're gonna fucking cut him loose. Like, but dude, I don't think he's the problem. Like, what the fuck do you like do? Like I mean, when they first paid Kirk, it was a lot of money. Now, now it's like a pretty decent like amount of money for what you're getting. Like now he's not making top 5 money anymore. I don't think.
No,
because he got paid years ago. So
yeah, when he went to Minnesota, it was just like
they got to stick with him, dude.
Either they stick with him or they find a way to ship him off to somewhere else and try to get a higher draft pick for it.
Because man, I love Justin. He's my favorite football player, Justin Jefferson. And like if they try and look to the draft, that's gonna take too long. And then if they try and look for a free agent quarterback, try and find somebody that is marginal. Because whatever the skill gap between Kirk Cousins is and whoever they would sign is not nearly worth the money they'd have to pay to get the guy.
Exactly.
Right.
Lamar.
I do feel like
Vikings?
No, absolutely not.
Lamar to the Vikings. Imagine.
I could trade him.
I could genuinely see. I could see them going and getting somebody in the draft, maybe like a Max Duggan in a later like.
Yeah, but without the intentions of starting, they will draft. Quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to draft a quarterback, but I don't think they're going to start him at all this year.
Like give him second, third round, get a quarterback, maybe Brent or Hooker from Tennessee. Brendan Hooker, and we lost Chris.
Oh, just for a sec, I guarantee he's just lagging because, yeah. But it is what it is. What it is, man. Like, look. As long as Minnesota actually goes out and get the right pieces, they should be fine. But let's
talk about fine. But I hope they suffer. I
think the Giants proved that they could probably stick with anybody in the playoffs.
Here's a fun fact: Giants are 6-0 against number 1 seeded teams in the playoffs.
Oh, well, they weren't a number 1 seed, but wait, whoa. What?
I saw that fact on ESPN.
A 6-0 against number 1 seeds in the playoffs.
Number one seed.
All right, and again, we do appreciate Rios being here. He ain't gonna pop back in.
He's got stuff to do, so appreciate you.
Oh my God.
Upset alert.
I know it's upset alert, but my thing is, I'm still okay. My picks this week are still Bengals over Bills.
Bills.
Chiefs over Jags.
Cheese.
Eagles over Giants.
Giants.
And Niners over Cowboys.
Niners.
But those are my picks for this week. Because I don't see any other way. Well, unless here's the thing. I want the Cowboys to prove me wrong. I want the Giants to prove me wrong. I want the Bills to prove me wrong. I think the Jags are just lucky.
You cannot explain.
Like, I'm sorry. It's just one of those things where I don't know, man. I don't know. But listen, here's what's going to happen. We're going to see Bengals, Chiefs, or Bill. I hope that can I tell you this, Jeff?
What?
I hope to God it's not. Look, no offense, Bills Mafia, but I hope that God it's not Bills Chiefs, because you do understand where that game's going to be played,
Tony,
right?
You've got a request, by the way.
I understand. I already did it earlier. Go back and watch the clip. We're talking about something at the moment. Okay. I'm sorry, bro. Like, right now it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, let's get this point.
I don't want to see that game played in Atlanta.
Oh, that's why you don't want cheese.
I would have preferred they played at a stadium which had natural grass, not that bullshit turf inside that can injure anybody. Turf actually does hurt people. So do you want to actually see your players hurt before the Super Bowl?
No.
It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. That's why I would prefer to see. I've been saying Bengals in the Super Bowl anyways, but at this point, I would extremely prefer a Chiefs Bengals matchup.
I would thought they would have done the game in Indy. I felt like
Indy declined.
Why?
I don't know. I think they had something else going on there that week. Indy declined. Atlanta accepted.
Detroit?
Again, I don't want an indoor game. I would have even accepted. Hell, look, Jacksonville's not playing. Put that shit in Jacksonville. Go put the game in South Florida and Miami. Put it anywhere that's outside.
You want weather to play a factor.
No, I don't want weather to play a factor. I want them to play on grass. I want them to play on a surface that's not going to hurt them. Turf sucks, Jeff. Hell, have them play in Vegas because they actually use a grass field.
Or Cowboy Stadium?
No, they don't even use turf. They use turf.
Yeah, there you go.
Appreciate it.
I really, literally, honestly, you had to pick a neutral field just for what happened. They did the best they could with what they have. I get your gripes for the turf and turf versus grass, but literally, Atlanta, you wanted to go to that stadium one time. Be honest.
Of course, I want to go to where as a fan. But if we're talking about teams that normally play on grass fields, I would much prefer they played on a grass field. I really would. Hell, just go to any other stadium. Hell, go to Tennessee. Go to fucking Tennessee.
Man, too late now. It's already been documented.
And that's the fucking worst part about it.
Bill's
also
saying you should be a comedian. You're stuttering now. Calm down.
Oh, I'm doing that on purpose. Oh man, I want to be there. Oh, we should have went to this game.
Which game?
Mavs Hawks.
Oh, that game. Oh yeah, that's right. That game is on live right now, isn't it?
No, it's on about 30 minutes, but it's in Dallas.
Oh, well,
we'll go to a game. We'll go to a game at some point. We'll go to a game.
Let me find a job first.
Now with the NFC, look, if the Giants somehow do it, it's an incredible run.
I also remember calling your division the NFC least, but now it's the NFC beast again. Literally, your Eagles. The only one that's not holding up their end of the bargain is the Washington Commanders.
But it's the thing is we have the Giants, Eagles, and Cowboys in the playoffs. 3 teams still in the playoffs for the NFC East, and then you got the San Francisco 49ers
and Brian Daboll. If he wins against the Eagles, he's instant lock for Coach of the Year.
But again, season-ending awards do not apply to the playoffs. You cannot base. They've already voted for the awards. You cannot base the awards off of the postseason.
I wish they would wait a little bit, but I understand.
Well, I mean, look, they're doing the awards the week before the Super Bowl, so. I mean, the thing is, they've already been voted on. People already know. Well, the people who have voted, like, they should know who's going to be MVP and everything like that.
Yeah.
So,
the point is, Brian Daboll, this Giants team has overachieved like it's none of their business.
Exactly.
We expected the Eagles and the Cowboys to do well, but not the Giants to hold up their end of the stick. And because Daniel Jones has made so much good strides in not turning the football over. His biggest problem in this last few seasons was fumbling the football. That stuff has calmed down.
He's using his size to his advantage. There was a lot of times during that game where he took that ball and he started running people over.
And I also want to know, the Giants have a good running game. Saquon Barkley fully healthy against the Eagles if he can get past the D line, the second, good luck tackling. I expect Saquon to have a monster game.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, with Saquon being healthy, we knew he was a game changer just in general. But as soon as he was healthy, I was like, oh God, he's back. And then it was over. Now the defense is playing like the defensive line for the Giants is incredible. But also, this is the test. This is the test.
For sure.
Them against the Eagles. And there's going to be emotions in this game.
Oh,
we all know it. This is a division rivalry. So there's going to be...
These teams do not like each other. But the key thing I'm looking for, Lane Johnson. The tackle for the Eagles. I need to know if he's actually going to play. And if he's playing, is he going to be limited in any way, shape, or form?
I actually think he should be playing. He had a week off to heal up and everything like that. So he definitely should be playing. Now let's move on. Let's move on from football. We've talked a lot. We've already talked about 45 minutes worth of football to your faces.
I got one last thing. The Eagles injury report right now. You got who did not practice is Brandon Graham and Avonte Maddox. Okay, James Bradbury.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't trust middle of the week. Injury reports. I trust day of injury reports.
Yeah, like he's got one more day of practice. Like there's Thursday practice, then game status. Okay.
So yeah, I've never trusted like Wednesday. I always trusted more towards like Friday, Saturday, because the game is on Saturday. So
yeah.
Now let's move on to a little bit of Luka Doncic talk. Luka Doncic. Now,
yeah, this is gonna be our Matt. This is gonna be Matt NBA and MVP. Time of this is 47-14. Good to know.
I was just about to do that same thing. But here's the thing. Okay, with the Mavs and Luka right now, we're doing everything he's doing everything he can right now. And now they're just now starting to get healthy. But
isn't Maxi Kleber still hurt as well?
Maxi's still hurt. I think he's had an knee injury for a while. Now we're getting Dorian Finney back. We're getting Josh Green back. And everybody forgets how good Josh Green is defensively. But also, this season, Josh Green has been one of the best three-point shooters in the league. So we definitely need that on the court with Luka out there.
Long overdue.
Long overdue.
Luka needs some way, shape, or form. He needs another scorer and another facilitator of the ball, I feel.
Yeah, and honestly, with the rumor today...
The only piece I'm willing to trade is Tim Hardaway. I'm willing to
trade anybody except for Christian Wood.
Anybody but Wood and Luka.
Yeah, honestly. At this point, you have to look around. And for the love of God, get rid of JaVale McGee.
I like the signing, but he hasn't done anything.
He hasn't done jack squat. He's supposed to be there for defensive purposes, but he hasn't done jack squat. Get him out of the building.
He's too old.
No, he's not even too old. He's literally only in there for 7-8 minutes, and he doesn't do a damn thing. He doesn't get a rebound. He doesn't get a block. He doesn't do a damn thing. Get him off the court. Sorry. Oh,
Reggie Bullock coming off the bench tonight. Interesting.
Yeah, because their lineup is better than you think. But here's the thing. With the Mavs, with the rumor today that Luka is wanting to look for another potential player to come in and help him out, and then Mark Cuban coming out and denying those reports. I'm like, okay, thanks for the confirmation, Mark. We love you, Mark.
No, we ain't doing nothing.
Literally, he did that. He did that on purpose. He's like, "Oh, we're not doing anything. Who's leaking this? And then all of a sudden, this like as soon as he says that, my brain goes, "Oh, they actually are. They're working on it. They're working on finding somebody."
The trade deadline is fast approaching, so you got to hurry. At least do something.
Trade deadline's not until the middle of February, so they're good.
The sooner the better.
Honestly, if you want to work on trading some bigs, there are some other big men that are available in free agency as well. Myers Leonard, is a suitable guy who can come in, stretch the floor, play inside, and he's 100% healthy.
And I find it funny, like literally when Luka Doncic and Trae Young got drafted, like literally when Luka got drafted, none of the roster members are still there. Basically the current roster is entirely different besides Luka. The last time they spent money on like a free agent, like a mid-time free agent, I think it was like DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, it is. That was stupid. It was fucking stupid. But yeah, it's just not good. Also, let's talk about some of the how some of the other players in the NBA have been playing so far. I want to say we're at a good.
Yeah, we're about close to the halfway point. Trae Young, Tony? What's going on in Atlanta? What's going on with him?
Owner has put his son in charge of the organization, and
because I thought they would be better.
They're putting players who have experience in who have experience playing on the court in manager positions like GM. I want to say one of the positions on the team in the front office, Landry Fields is holding. They're trying to change the organization, but at the same time, I think Trae Young might be trying to force his way out of Atlanta. I think John Collins is going to get traded out of Atlanta. I also think DeJounte Murray is going to get traded out of Atlanta. I don't particularly care about the standings at the moment because it's still too early to know, because once All-Star break hits and
just giving the audience and people in here just seeing where we standing right now.
It's definitely just it's one of those things right now where things can change in the second half of the season too. So we don't know what could actually happen.
I expect the Warriors to get their S together and they'll get out of the play-in.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because everybody else who's playing right now is playing their butts off. Like the Pelicans are playing their ass off. The Kings are playing their ass off. The Grizz are one of the best teams in the league, period. The Nuggets are holding fort at the top of the Western Conference. Mavs, because of Luka Doncic, is playing very good basketball. And the Clippers are healthy and playing good basketball. They're healthy.
You don't want the Clippers.
I don't want the Clippers at all, especially if Kawhi and Paul George are healthy. We've seen what can happen. Mm-hmm. The only way I want that is if you get somebody else in there and to help out Luka. I'm sorry. Also, the Jazz are gonna fall out.
You have no faith in the Jazz.
I have no faith in the Jazz. I feel like the Lakers are on a bit of a turnaround at the moment. I think they will end up in the playoffs.
In the play-in.
Oh, I think they'll end up in the play. I think they'll just end up in the top 10, period. I also feel like the Suns need to get healthy. And then they would start playing.
DeAndre Ayton. I don't think DeAndre Ayton doesn't want to be there.
Well, they're not going to trade him. He just signed a new deal. They just signed a new deal. You're going to have to lay out the kitchen table to get rid of him. It's that bad. But
Portland, I don't know what they're doing. Portland, I don't know.
They're not healthy enough at the moment. Damian Lillard's been in and out of the lineup all season. And with the Eastern Conference, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Brooklyn.
I think the Eastern Conference is pretty much set.
Well, depends. Miami could definitely go on a hot streak. You know how good they are in South Beach. I just think there also are issues with Tyler Hero might be trying to force his way out of Miami to play.
Tyler Hero to the Mavs?
Not from what I understand, it'd be Tyler Hero to maybe the New York Knicks, because he would have a starting role. I think they would try to get somebody who has probably a big man or something like that to go along with Jimmy and company.
Tyler Hero to the Knicks, though, that'd be a good, good acquisition.
I could see that, but also I do like what the Knicks are doing in New York right now. I do love that Jalen Brunson really is taking charge. He has taken charge of that team. Now, real quick, I do want to talk because I feel like we're getting to the end of the podcast already, but I want to bring up. We're going to talk a little wrestling for a second. We're going to talk a little wrestling. Jay Briscoe passing away yesterday at age 38. His kids are in the hospital right now as well. The accident was a car accident that happened. I believe from what I understand, he died on impact. But his two kids are in the hospital. One of them is needing surgery. So please keep your prayers out for the kids.
He was only in his 30s too.
He is 38 years old. I literally just watched two of his best matches ever yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like that. When I tell you, the Briscoe brothers,
they could cut a promo too. From what I saw,
like I could tell you, I fell back in love with wrestling when I was hanging out with you guys at TCC in 2011. I fell back in love with it. Mm-hmm. I fell in love with indie wrestling by accident. And it's actually because of Jay Briscoe. I was
brother.
No, Jay. I want to say 2016, 2017, he was having a run with the Ring of Honor World title. And his run to get to the title is what intrigued me on, being just a wrestling fan in general. Like, because he was so real. He was also one of the best workers you've ever seen in the business. He was willing to give. He was willing to take. Like when I tell you, Jay was like, there's so many stories coming out right now.
I've heard nothing but good things. Nothing but condolences and just good things of how good of a person he is.
Go look at Adam Pearce's story. Go look at
Sammy.
No, not well, yeah, Sammy's too. Go look at Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is like, oh my God. But yeah, everybody has a story with Jay Briscoe. Dax and Cash, FTR, both putting out multiple messages out to him. His wife earlier today giving the update on the kids, saying it's not over yet. Please keep your prayers out for the girls. Seriously, just keep everybody in your thoughts. Because man, the news was so big that like it got announced on NXT. That's how big the news was. I was
they even paused the segment, and even the commentators even had a little bit of a tribute.
They've never been on WWE television either, so it's like, whoa.
It's a nice little thing that the direction of WWE has. They're acknowledging the other indie wrestlers.
Exactly. Like, what is it? Triple H put a tweet out. Shawn Michaels put a tweet out. Road Dogg put a tweet out. Mm-hmm. A lot of companies put a tweet out. Like, what is it? Impact, GCW, AEW.
I'm really curious to see what happens on Dynamite tonight. With
I guarantee there'll be like a 10 bell salute and stuff. Because there'll probably be a moment of silence as well. Let me just say, those are like the best wrestling matches I've ever seen in my life too.
You saw them live. So.
I saw the tag team match with FTR and the Briscoes at SuperCon of Honor last year, and also Final Battle. They're man, I wish what I would do to see another Jay Briscoe match. Live.
Tony, grateful you saw two of them.
Yeah. Real quick, just also, we're about to wrap up. Just be paying attention to us. This weekend, we'll be here for both Sunday games.
Yes.
On YouTube and Twitch live. With the Bills Bengals, and then the Cowboys Niners game. Jet does not want to do the second one, but you know what? It's gonna get the most views because it's the truth. It's the America theme, and everybody wants to see the Cowboys go down. That's the truth. I just said, that second part, it's true. People want to see the Cowboys go down in a blaze of fire. That's why they view, because they want to see the downfall.
You what?
Also, we're going to be live for the Royal Rumble. We'll be back next Wednesday as well, hopefully, with another episode of Let's Just Talk About. We'll figure that out.
And literally, I'll give you more information off air about my hours and my job. I found a job, but I'm still going to keep my doors open. This experience, me losing my job, has just said, hey, always keep your eyes open for a better opportunity.
Exactly.
And
also,
my time at overnight is done.
Also, just pay attention to us around the Super Bowl, because we are all going to be live during the Super Bowl in the same place as well.
I thought we weren't going to do it. We're just going to watch it.
We're doing it. Chris said it's cool. We're doing it.
All right, then. But fair warning to the one viewer that's watching us on Twitch, we probably will mute ourselves. That way we can experience the halftime show or find a way to listen to it on headphones.
Exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, follow us on all of our socials. They are in the links down below. Hey, I appreciate everybody being here. Jeff, I appreciate you handling things the way you are.
I'm literally just producing right now. This was you and Chris carrying the show. I was just being the producer.
Yes, sir. Again, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But as we always say, my name is Tony Lopez.
This is Jeffrey Burtis. Oh, also, you got to call me King, by the way.
Signing out. Peace, y'all.